didn't start out with the idea that I was going to start a bookstore. Actually, I think what I wanted to do at the very beginning was to raise money for education in Nepal. And one of the things that kind of took off was selling my used books on Carousel. So it just made sense for me to sell something that I'm passionate about. Beyond Borders is a social enterprise bookstore. We collect and sell gently used books, and we raise money for girls' education in Nepal. We do have a wide collection of different categories and genres of books here at our Maxwell bookstore. So we're constantly adding hard-to-find books here in Singapore. We have a stringent quality checks on all the book donations that we receive, and the books that are slightly more used and don't make our quality mark, we actually stock them up at our warehouse, where once or twice a month we run a warehouse sale and people can grab them for much lower cost. We also have this very interesting program where we incentivize people who drop off their books here at our store. So if you are a reader and you drop off 5 books or more, you get $5 off your total purchase in store. It's a great program. People get to help find their books a new home, and they also get to pick up a new book at a slightly discount. So that's where actually a big chunk of our supply comes from. Why Nepal? Back in 2016, I was working in a tech startup based in Bangkok, and I got a very bad burnout, and I started to feel anxious. I started to feel like, you can call it a quarter-life crisis, but that was something that I was very unhappy with where I was at life at that point of time. So I told one of my friends about this whole mindset, this whole journey that I was in right now, and he gave me a book on Christmas, and on the front cover of the book, he wrote a personal challenge to me. I challenge you to do one thing that scares you the next year. So the following year, I decided to spend 1 month backpacking alone to Nepal. So when I was in Nepal, my initial goal was to complete the trek, but as I got there, I also got a chance to see a lot of kids, young boys and girls who are out of school, working in back-breaking jobs with little to no pay. And I think for me, that was the first time I thought maybe my problems were not as big, or were not as, like looking at the scale of what's happening outside our borders. I guess it also made me feel that I could add value to something, and I just went on this whole personal mission to raise money for schools over in Nepal. And I decided to leave my job and spend 1 year just figuring out how I can raise money so that kids, young boys and girls in Nepal could go to school. And over the years of running different projects, we realized that there was one gap that was not covered by our non-profit partner. They told us that there was girls, especially in Nepal, were not getting the equal amount of opportunity as compared to boys. So if you're a family in Nepal and you only have enough funds to send one kid to school, it's a high chance that only the boy goes to school and girls are expected to work. And the only way for a young girl in Nepal, in a rural village, to complete her class 11 and 12 is to go all the way to the city. And because a lot of families could not afford that, that's when most of the girls are dropping out of school. And when you drop out of school after grade 10, the chance of you marrying and starting a family, it's very high. And then of course it becomes a cycle. You get trapped into this cycle. So that's where we realized that there was an opportunity for us to step in and kind of bridge this gap by providing a full scholarship for girls to complete their grade 11 and 12, so that they have access to different employment opportunities after they finish their studies. It's been 3.5 years, and I guess somehow managed to figure out a way on not just looking at it as like taking a 1 year off and just trying to raise money, but also figuring out how to do this as a career. We call it the Girls Scholarship Program by Books Beyond Borders, and we allocate 5% of our total sales every single month to fund the full scholarship for the girls. So far, Books Beyond Borders have funded over $37,000 in various programs supporting children's education in Nepal. I had never dreamt about one day running my own social enterprise. I've never volunteered in my life before, so looking at it right now, it's really a far-fetched from where I think I was planning, what I wanted to do back in 2016.